Hello students, welcome to Gopal iCampus. Gopal iCampus is a dedicated channel for the students preparing for NEET examination. In this channel, first we will release the videos of botany syllabus of 11th and 12th class. So first let us go to the chromatophores. So what are chromatophores? Chromatophores are also formed from the plasma membrane. So they are also the membranous extensions into the cytoplasm. These membranous extensions and they possess the pigments. The membranous extensions which possess the pigments, they are called the chromatophores. They are called chromatophores. So let us see the diagram. So in this diagram, so this is the chromatophore. This diagram. So what is the chromatophore? This structure is the chromatophore. This structure. That is the chromatophore. Chromatophore. So it is chromatophore. Right? So and then this is also a chromatophore. So they are the membranous extensions which possess the pigments. Which possess the pigments. So because they are having the pigments, they help in photosynthesis. So that is why, and these chromatophores, they are seen in photosynthetic prokaryotes. Photosynthetic bacteria, photosynthetic cyanobacteria, like that. So cyanobacteria, we have already learned that these cyanobacteria can also be called as blue-green algae. And then the photosynthetic bacteria like purple sulfur bacteria, green sulfur bacteria, they also possess these chromatophores. Right? So these chromatophores, they help in photosynthesis. So that is why these chromatophores, they are similar to chloroplasts of eukaryotes. Chromatophores, they are similar in function to the chloroplasts of eukaryotes, because in eukaryotes, so the photosynthesis is done by chloroplasts. So that is why chromatophores and chloroplasts are similar in function. So next let us go to the flagella. The next structure is flagella. So what are flagella? Flagella are the structures which help in the locomotion, right? So that is why these flagella are seen in the bacteria which are motile. So flagella are seen in only in motile bacteria. They are seen in motile bacteria which show locomotion. What are flagella? So they are thin filamentous extensions of the cell wall. They are thin filamentous extensions of the cell wall, right? So let us suppose this is the cell wall of the bacterium. And from this cell wall, and you can see the presence of thin filamentous extensions. These thin filamentous extensions of the cell wall, so they are called flagella. And each flagellum, so it is made up of three portions. It is made up of three parts. What are the three parts with which the flagellum is made up of? It is made up of a basal body. It is made up of a hook and a filament. So these are the three portions you can see in a flagellum. For example, in this diagram, so in this diagram you see, and so this is the basal body. This portion, that is called basal body. And this portion, from here to here, that is called hook. And the other portion from here to here, and it is the filament. So in this way, a flagellum is made up of basal body, hook and filament. Out of these three structures, and this filament, it is the longest portion. This filament is only helpful in the locomotion. Filament only is helpful in locomotion of the bacterium. Right? And this filament, it is hollow and cylindrical. So it is hollow and cylindrical. So that means inside it, it is hollow like a tube, and it is cylindrical. And this filament, it is made up of a special protein called flagellin. Filament is made up of a special protein called flagellin. And in this basal body, you can see the presence of rings. So these are the rings. This is one ring. So this is the second ring. Rings are present in the basal body. And this basal body is a rod-like structure. So it is a rod-like structure, and which is having the rings. Rings are present in the basal body. So this is about flagellum. The main function of the flagellum is locomotion. Main function of the flagellum is locomotion. Right? So the next structure we are going to study about is the pili. Okay. So what are pili? Pili are long, elongated, hollow and tubular structures, which are the extensions of the cell wall. So this is the pili here. And this red colored structure, so from here to here, that is called as pili. So these are hollow tubular extensions of the cell wall. So these pili are not meant for the locomotion. So the pili is plural and pilus is singular. Right? So these are not meant for locomotion. And these pili, they are made up of a protein called pilin. So they are made up of a protein called pilin. Pilin is the protein with which they are made up of. These pili, they are found only in gram-negative bacteria. So pili are made up of pilin, and these pili are found in only gram-negative bacteria only. They are absent in gram-positive bacteria. Right? So this is about the pili. Right? So these pili, they do not help in the locomotion, but these pili, they help in the conjugation of the bacterium. What is conjugation? Conjugation is a method by which the genetic material of one bacteria is exchanged with the other. So in this diagram, the genetic material is transferred from this bacterium into this bacterium. And how it is happening? These pili, so they are acting like a tubes, right? And that tube is called conjugation tube. So these pili, so they act as conjugation tubes during the exchange of genetic material between the two bacteria. So in this way, the pili, they help in the exchange of genetic material during conjugation of the bacterium. Right? So what happens to during the conjugation of the bacteria? So this genetic material, a portion of the genetic material is transferred from one bacterium to the another bacterium through this conjugation tube. Through this conjugation tube. So that is what happens during conjugation, right? And the formation of pili, it is a genetically controlled mechanism. So the formation of pili is seen only in some bacteria. The bacteria in which the pili are formed, they are called F plus bacteria. F plus bacteria. The bacteria in which pili are not formed are called F minus bacteria. So here, during conjugation, the genetic material is always transferred from F plus bacterium to F minus bacterium. So that is why the genes for the formation of pili, they are present only in F plus bacteria. F plus bacteria. Right? So pili are seen only in F plus bacteria. F plus bacteria. So this is about the pili. This is about the pili. So the next structure we have to learn about is fimbriae. What are fimbriae? So they are small bristle-like fibers present on the surface of the bacteria. Let us see a diagram. So in this diagram, this is all the bacterium, and see here, these are the bristle-like structures. These bristle-like structures are called fimbriae. And these fimbriae, they are made up of a protein called fimbrine. Fimbriae are made up of a protein called fimbrine. And what is the function of the fimbriae? The function of the fimbriae is they help in attachment of the bacteria to the host tissues and also other substrata like rocks in the streams. So they help in mainly attachment of the bacteria. So this is about flagella, pili, and fimbriae. So which are extensions of the cell wall. Next we are going to learn about ribosomes. So what are ribosomes? Ribosomes are the non-membrane bound cell organelle. So they are non-membrane bound cell organelle. These ribosomes are seen in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. This is what you have learnt in the topic overview of the cell. So the cell organelle which are present both in prokaryotes and eukaryotes, they are the ribosomes, right? And these ribosomes, they are present in the cytoplasm, attached to the plasma membrane. They are present in the cytoplasm and they are also attached to the plasma membrane. So let us suppose this is the cell wall and this is the plasma membrane which is showing mesosomes. And these ribosomes, they are present in the cytoplasm like this. And they are also attached to the plasma membrane like this. They are also attached to the plasma membrane. So they are also associated with the plasma membrane. So they are called ribosomes. And these ribosomes in bacteria, they are of 70S type. What type of ribosomes are seen in bacteria? So they are of 70S type. 70S type ribosomes are seen in the bacteria. So let us see the structure of a ribosome. So a ribosome looks like this. And this ribosome, it is made up of a smaller subunit. and it is also made up of a larger subunit. Larger subunit. It is made up of two subunits. Right? So this is of 70S type of ribosome in prokaryotes. In this 70S type, and this larger subunit, it is of 50S type, and the smaller subunit is of 30S type. A 50S type and a 30S type of subunits are seen in the ribosomes of the bacteria. Right? So the larger subunit is of 50S type and a smaller subunit of 30S type. 30S type. Right? So these ribosomes are the protein factories. They are the sites of protein synthesis. These ribosomes, their main function is protein synthesis. They help in protein synthesis. Right? And the ribosomes which are present within the cytoplasm, they are called cytoplasmic ribosomes. And these ribosomes, they synthesize the proteins which are utilized by that cell only. Right? But the ribosomes, so which are attached to the plasma membrane, and they produce the proteins which are secreted out of that cell. Secreted out of that cell. Those proteins are called secretory protein. Secretory protein. Right? So in prokaryotes, a group of ribosomes attached to a single mRNA, they are seen. Such a group of ribosomes are called polysomes. Polysomes. So polysomes are the group of ribosomes attached to a thread-like structure called mRNA. Such ribosomes are called polysomes. Polysomes are seen only in prokaryotes. They are absent in eukaryotes. See here, and this thread-like structure, that is called mRNA. And these are all the ribosomes. So this is the ribosome attached to the mRNA. So what are these ribosomes doing on the surface of mRNA? These ribosomes are translating the mRNA into the proteins. They are translating the mRNA into the proteins. Into the protein. Right? So this is about the ribosomes. Ribosomes are another structures present in prokaryotic cells. And there are some other structures present in prokaryotic cells, and those structures are called inclusion bodies. Those structures are called inclusion bodies. What are inclusion bodies? Inclusion bodies are just the reserve food material which are just suspended in the cytoplasm like this. The reserve food material which is just suspended in the cytoplasm, which are not surrounded by any membrane. So they are called as inclusion bodies. Inclusion bodies. They are called inclusion bodies. So they are the reserve food material which are just suspended in the cytoplasm. So they are not surrounded by any membrane. Any membrane. So for example, see in this diagram, see these are all inclusion bodies. This is one inclusion body. That means it is one reserve granule of reserve food material. So all these are the granules of reserve food material just present in the cytoplasm. So they lie freely in the cytoplasm, suspended freely in the cytoplasm. What are the examples for inclusion bodies? So they are the reserve food materials like phosphate granules. Phosphate granules. So they are seen in bacteria. Cyanophycean granules. They are seen in cyanobacteria. Glycogen granules, they are seen in the bacteria. They are seen in the bacteria, right? So these are the examples for inclusion bodies. See, some inclusion bodies may be surrounded by a single layer, but that layer is a non-unit membrane. Non-unit membrane means which is not made up of lipid bilayer. All the membranes which are made up of lipid bilayer, so they are called unit membranes, right? So non-unit membrane means so which is not made up of lipid bilayer. Such membranes are called non-unit membranes, right? So what are the examples for the inclusion bodies which are surrounded by a single layer of non-unit membranes? A single layer of non-unit membranes. So they are poly-beta hydroxybutyrate granules, so which is reserve food material in bacteria. Sulfur granules and gas vacuoles. So these are the examples for inclusion bodies. So these gas vacuoles, they are not seen in all prokaryotes. Gas vacuoles are seen only in few prokaryotes like blue-green algae, purple and green photosynthetic bacteria. That means purple sulfur bacteria, green sulfur bacteria. So these are the photosynthetic bacteria. In these photosynthetic bacteria only you can see the gas vacuoles, right? With this, we came to the end of this topic, prokaryotic cell. We came to the end of the topic, prokaryotic cell. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel. And please don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever a new video is placed in this channel.